Hello and welcome to yoga class. My name is Lindsay McDougall and I will be your yoga teacher for this session. So please make yourself comfortable in a seated position. I'm sitting on a block and my blanket, and I also have a strap behind me. And I wanted to do some more heart opening, which involves twisting and some gentle opening of the body. And so I want us to begin to get in touch with that sense of ourselves that may be feeling like it needs a little extra support today. We just had our summer solstice, so everything right now is in full blossom, and this is the fullest expression of the heart and of the summertime energy. And the heart, governs maturity, propriety, a sense of obviously love, forgiveness, compassion, a lot of the ideals and character that make our spirit completely unique an expression, just as the flower is its own unique expression in its blossom. So let's be in touch with that, of our own unique soul connection to our heart, and use that in this practice today. So as you're sitting here in a cross-legged Sukhasana, easy pose, bring your hands to your knees, palms face down, and reach the back of the head up to the sky. Draw the abdomen in, draw the lower ribs in, and pull the energy into the back, especially into the back ribs, the back of the heart, the back of the neck. Find an equilibrium in the breath, so taking that inhale up the front of the body until you feel the collarbone begin to rise even further into the head face. And then exhale everything down the back of the body. As you exhale deeper, you feel the abdomen start to engage, the low ribs coming in, and bring that exhale deeper into the Mula Bandha, which is the pelvic floor. And in Mula Bandha is where you'll take your inhale, and then rising to exhale completely naturally in the flow here. So you exhale completely, feeling not only Mula Bandha but Uddiyana Bandha contract. That is the root lock underneath the umbilicus. Slowing down the breath here. Maybe even feeling the heartbeat. Taking an inhale. Letting the shoulders drop away from the ears. Begin to bring the breath into areas on the side ribs, even underneath the arms. Again, the back body, the waist, the pelvis. Becoming fully present in the body. So when we're working at our desk, we're so focused on what we have to get done that we tend to only notice what our brain is doing, what our arms and fingers are doing, what our feet are doing, but we're not really embodying the whole body. Good, and now let's take a couple of cat-cows in this upright position. So As you inhale, arch the back, roll the shoulders back on the body, maybe even reach the back of the head back. And exhale, round the back, hunch the shoulders up to the neck, pull in the lower abdomen. Exhale, completely inhaling, moving into our cat. Exhaling, cow. Rather the cat is the Halloween cat. Pressing the back away. Inhaling, opening the heart. And then start to circle the torso one direction. Keeping the sits bones grounded. And the other direction. Feeling where there's any tightness or rigidity or weakness even, as weakness can show up as maybe a little pain in the muscle if it's stretched out too further in the back. You know, if we hunch over, those back muscles are more elongated, so they can be a little weaker, whereas the front muscles of the neck and pecs can be more tight and small. Good. Okay. And then come back to your downward facing dog. So remove any blocks. Tuck the toes under. Rotate the arms externally. And reach the hips back. Tuck the chin. Lengthen the torso. Pressing into the heels. Sits bones are back. Take some deep breaths here, rolling the outer shoulders down, creating space in the neck and the chest. Good. Inhale, reach the right leg back. Exhale, scoop it forward to the right wrist. Drop that left knee. Keep the toes untucked. And let's come into a low crescent here, sweeping the arms up, tucking the tail towards the right heel. Lifting the chest, reaching back, so taking a back bend here, right hip comes down a little bit more, and then stretch out that left quad. Good. Exhaling, come to plank pose, pull the abdomen in, tuck the tail, reach the crown of the head forward, elbows back. Hold for a nice long breath here, really energizing the legs. And then come forward into chaturanga. If you want to drop your knees, that's fine. And then let's come into a baby cobra here, pressing the tops of the feet down, lifting the chest, rolling the shoulders back. So you're engaging the erector spinae down the spine. And then exhale, untuck the toes, elbows in, pull the abdomen back. Let's make our way to down dog. Inhale the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull it forward to the left wrist. Drop the right knee, untuck that toe. Sweep the arms up as you gently sink into this crescent. Try not to let the abdomen kind of dump onto the left leg. Really tuck that tail back as you start to engage the lower abdomen, the core muscles, and reach all the way back. Coming a little lower into this stretch for the right quad. Keeping the hips square, reaching the crown of the head back. Good, and exhaling. Let's take a plank here, left leg back. Pull the abdomen up, tuck the tail, squeeze the quads, elbows back. And then let's drop the heels to the right, Vashisthasana on the right side. Of course, if that's not in your practice, you can bring the left leg halfway up the mat to press both of the hips up. But if you want a side plank, you want to work a little bit into that right core. Really press the hips up. And coming back to center. So feet are together. Let's drop the heels over to the left. Right arm up. Again, take the variation if you need to. Especially if you have a tight hip, it feels nice. Otherwise, engage the core, tailbone to heel. Roll that left shoulder down the back. Maybe look up with the hand. And exhale back to plank. And knees, chest, chin, or coming forward on the hands into chaturanga, looking forward. Upward facing dog or low cobra. Downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift the left leg. Sweep it forward to the top of the mat. Right leg to meet it. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Squeeze the quads, drop the head. Engage the entirety of the leg as you tuck the chin. And then press into those heels as you rise up. Arms to reach for the sun. And exhale down. Okay, so have your strap by with you. And we're going to come into our Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, place the hands. Walk back to plank or hop. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Sweep it forward to the left wrist. Drop the knee, and then sweep that left arm back to grab the outside of the right foot. Tuck the tail, reach the chest forward. You can let that left knee come out a little bit. And as you do that, the real concentration is in the right quad. Keeping tone in the abdomen as we reach that heel towards the glutes. Good. And then exhale. Sit back on your right leg. And bring the left leg to cross. Let's take a gentle twist over to the left. Hooking the right elbow as we look over to the left shoulder. Good. So use your breath to bring that left abdomen leftward, waist is twisting. And then exhale, drop the left knee on top of the right. Grab your strap. And, or if you want to have a towel, that works as well. And if you need this, we're going to do some shoulder openers. So let's lift the left arm and bend the elbow so that we're patting ourselves on the back. Right arm comes around at the waist and crawls the back of the wrist up the back until we have that grab of the fingers. If that's not available to you, take that left strap, take the strap in your left hand and grab the strap. So wherever you are, same benefit in the pose. You're wrapping the outer shoulder of the left arm forward, and then you're lifting the right pec to match. The breath is becoming longer, sits bones are grounding. release, exhale. Uncross, wrap that left leg back to come into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg back, sweep it forward to the right wrist, and come to standing left foot to meet it. Inhale halfway, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms back, reach. Then let's take it down, exhale, hinge at the hips, drop the head, squeeze the thighs. Inhale, strong back, shoulders back. Exhale, hop or step back to plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that right leg. Reach the left leg back into three-legged dog. Sweep it forward to the left wrist. Okay, we have to do this twist on the other side. So come back into down dog. Lift the right leg. Sweep it to the right wrist. Drop the left knee. Right arm comes around to grab the outer edge of the left foot. Pull the left shoulder down the back as you reach the spine forward and twist. Then look back at that right leg. Any variations that you took on the other side, go ahead. But I really want to get this quad to stretch. These back bends work really well when the quad is stretched to the max. Good. And exhale. Walk your hands back to sit on your left hip. And right knee comes up. Place the foot outside the left leg. Right arm comes behind the sacrum. Inhale to lengthen. Elbow comes around the right knee. And looking over that right shoulder. Keep the sits bones grounded. Pull the abdomen in as you draw the left ribs towards the thigh. And see if you can bring that twist up into the neck, the head, the ear, the eyes. Good. And exhale. Drop that right knee on top of the left in cow face pose. So the knees are stacked. And then take your strap over your shoulder if you needed it on the other side. Sometimes we're different on different sides. Right arm comes up, bend the elbow, pat yourself on the back. Left hand comes behind to take the grab and support. Grab that strap or grab your hand. And then as the right elbow comes up, the right shoulder comes forward. And there's also a stretch in the left shoulder and pec area. Sits bones are grounded. Elongate the breath. Lengthen the back of the head. And find that shoulder girdle opening, softening the heart. Good, and exhaling, slowly release, put the strap to the side, and make your way forward to downward facing dog. Let's take an inhale to lengthen our dog, exhale, heels back. Inhale, raise the right leg. Sweep it forward to the right wrist. Left heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, drop the right hip. Left abdomen forward. Ground the left outer heel. Exhale, come to a 45-degree angle with the upper body. This should help ground the back heel more, lifting through the abdomen, rolling the shoulders down, thumbs up. See if you can breathe into the back body as you lengthen the chest. Good. Exhale, come into warrior two. I'm going to line up my front heel to the back arch. Drop the hip, shoulders over hips. Engaging Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. Reach the arms apart. Open the left pec and collarbone. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Reach with the right arm. Drop the right hip. And then exhale. Let's take a side angle pose. Left arm tracks next to the ear horizontally. We're engaging the abdomen, pulling the right hip in towards the left inner arch. If you'd like to drop your arm here to a block outside of the right foot, go ahead. Lengthen both sides of the waist. And then exhale, roll that left shoulder down, frame the right foot. Left heel up and come into Vinyasa here. Move forward, Chaturanga. Back bend, navel to thumbs. And downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, sweep it forward to warrior one on the left side. Back heel down. Arms coming up. Drop the hip. Navel towards left knee. And then let's engage the core some and help ground that outer heel. So coming into a 45-degree angle with the upper body. Bring a lot of weight and into that back heel. So that's really the rudder of this pose. So you shouldn't feel it too much in the left quad. It's really going towards the back heel. Keep the shoulders square. Lift and lengthen the front body. Breath into the back body. Good. Exhale, open up into warrior two. Adjust the heels if you need. Bending into that left leg. Just check to make sure your shoulders are over your hips. And then reach from the center of the chest out towards the thumbs and forefinger. Pull everything up through Mula Bandha. Exhale. Reverse your warrior. Getting nice and long in the left waist as we prepare for side angle. So take that length and that strength into your side angle, left elbow on left knee, right arm tracks next to the head. And then if you have a block and you'd like to bring your left hand down for more of the traditional posture, go ahead. Just make sure the left hip is pulling in with the pubis towards the back heel, and then this is going to help to fully rotate the upper body, the mid-back, and the shoulder girdle. And exhaling, take a vinyasa here. Plank pose, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Sweep it forward to the right wrist, look forward. Exhale, left comes up to meet it. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Squeeze, inhale, straight back. Reach up, baby back bend. And exhale down. So remember, like last week we did dancer pose with our strap. Let's try a baby dancer just for another quad opener. So demonstrating on the side here, I'm going to bend my right knee as I come balanced on the left. Right hand comes back to grab the inside of my foot. And then I'm going to press my knee back, kick the foot into my glute, and then as I hinge forward, I'm reaching the chest forward. Left hand can be namaste, can be reaching out with a mudra. Just to really hike the right hip long, reach the chest forward, and coming back. Hands to heart center. Squeeze the quads, drop the tailbone, lift the chest, and exhale. Bend the left knee, grab inside the ball of the foot, and then as you hinge forward, lengthen the abdomen, raise the chest forward, up and out, and then press the foot away in that palm of your hand to really activate the left quad. And take it wherever you like. If you're more in a quad stretch, that's great. You want to just feel a little bit into this baby dancer standing. Go ahead. Like the Ally McBeal baby. And coming back to standing, letting go. Hands to heart center. That was a throwback. Sweep the arms up. And exhale, forward fold. I like that energy though. Dancing, carefree, lifting halfway. Exhale. Take your vinyasa here. And coming back into downward facing dog. Let's inhale, reach the right foot back. Sweep it forward to the right wrist. Drop the left heel, warrior two. Inhale, reach the warrior back into reverse. You can look at that left heel or up by the hand. And then exhale, come into crescent pose. Inhale, left heel up. And then we're going to twist our side angle. Hands at heart center. Left quad is engaged. Drop the right hip. And then pull the abdomen in as you rotate from the waist to the right side. And then reach for the back of the head long. Just like we did in 45-degree angle in Warrior One, we're doing the same thing but to the side. Bring that left elbow around the outer right knee. Thumbs touch the sternum. If you're tight in the left shoulder blade and your thumbs don't get to the sternum, just make an adjustment. Maybe pull your torso up for a little and bring more of the forearm, the upper arm outside the knee to get that contact with the thumbs. And then if you want to take this further, drop the back heel to the Warrior One heel. Pretty challenging. Maybe opening up the arms in the final twist. And then exhale fully. Pull that abdomen in. Inhale, lengthen. And on your next exhale, take a vinyasa. Bring the right foot, plank. Look forward, elbows back. Reach the chest, sternum forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths in down dog here. Slowing the breath down. Reaching arms away, hips back. And left leg comes up. Exhale, sweep it forward to the left wrist. Right heel down, warrior two. Inhale, lengthen the left waist, reverse your warrior. Ooh, exhaling, coming into crescent pose. So back heel comes up, ball of the foot grounded. Engage that right quad. Should feel a stretch in that front hip flexor. Then exhale, hands to heart center. Maintain contact with the thumbs. Lift and lengthen the torso over the left leg and then turn from the waist without dropping the right hip. Hook that right elbow outside the left knee. Sometimes I need to adjust and lift my abdomen out, and then that helps me to get a nice contact on the upper arm to the outer thigh. Exhale, just detoxing, lengthening, rotating to look up. And maybe you take a block or open the arms or drop that right heel. Adds a whole other dimension to this pose. Just be where you are, accept where you are, and then exhale. Drop the hands, frame the left foot, plank pose, and let's take a Vinyasa. And meet back and down dog. If you want to take a child's pose, take 3 breaths here. If you're in down dog, heels are back. Inner arch is lifting. Wide shoulder blades. Good. Inhale, reach the right leg long. Sweep it forward to the right wrist. And then keeping the hips square, bring the left foot up towards the right, another foot. Hands on the hips and coming up. And we'll make our way to Prasrita. And lift the chest. So this is a Prasrita pyramid pose. Good. Inhale, hands on the hips, lengthen the chest, hinge forward. Squeeze the quads up, kneecaps up. And then bring that left hand to bring both hands to the shin. Lift and lengthen the chest, and then fold over that right leg. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, bring the right hand on the hip. Left hand can come inside, or for the more traditional pose, outside of the right foot. And then begin to engage the abdomen, lengthen from the crown of the head to twist, maybe adding the right arm into twisted triangle here. So left heel is grounded, both quads are engaged. And And then see if you can use your breath to adjust any inconsistencies in the shoulder or the quads or hips. And then exhale, look forward, hands on the hips, bend the right knee, and lift into a warrior three here. You can keep your hands on your hips, or if you'd like to bring those arms in front of you, the biceps by the ears. Lift the abdomen, lengthen through the inseam of the left leg, and then exhale, fall back into crescent, drop the hips, tuck the tail, and reach into a back bend here. Good. And exhale, warrior two. And then inhale, lengthen both legs, hands on the hips, come into wide-legged forward fold. So right ball of the foot comes in, feet parallel. Inhale, grab opposite elbows, and then exhale, forward fold, drop the head, and then you can undo the hands to grab opposite outer shin, ankle, and then elbows wide. If you need to, this posture is best when the head touches the ground. So if you're more tight in the groins and the hamstrings, you may need a block underneath your head. Otherwise, just heel toeing the feet apart more can bring that to bear. Lift the sits bones. Ankle, inner ankle, outer ankle lifting. Good. And exhale, hands to the floor, lift up halfway. And then walk your hands over to the left to frame the left leg, and then bring that right foot up about another foot here. Squeeze, lift kneecaps, hands to hips, rise up. And then exhale, hinge forward, inner thighs back, quads engaged. Bring your hands to your shin, and exhale, drop the head, left hip back. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, left hand on hip, right hand can come inside or outside of the foot or to a block. And then pay attention to bring that left hip towards the right heel. Draw the left hip back, and then pull the abdomen up and out to really twist into this triangle here. Eventually the head can look up at the left arm, but really focus on the rudder of the heel and lengthening the torso for more control as we revolve. Good. Exhaling, left hand on hip, right hand on hip, bend the left knee, and then launch into a standing warrior three. You can keep your hands on your hips and a little bend to the knee. Sweep the arms next to the ears, reaching if that feels good. Right inner leg is long. See if you can lengthen from even the umbilicus to the toes, like a ballerina or a dancer. Exhale, drop back into crescent, bending the left knee, tuck the tail, reach the right heel back, Back bend here. Good. And exhaling, come into a warrior two. Inhale, straighten the legs, left foot in, parallel feet, hands on the hips, wide-legged forward fold. Lift the chest. Exhaling, forward fold. This time you can grab peace fingers to the toes, and then heel toe your feet to a comfortable distance, evenly apart. As you drop the head, pull the shoulder blades up the back, elbows wide. Good. And inhaling, bring the hands under the eyes. Exhale, take one last vinyasa to the right, framing the right foot back plank. Elbows in, and coming back into down dog. Let's all take a child's pose here. Drop the knees wide, hips back. And I like to keep my arms long and then rest the forehead on the mat. And this feels really nice after a lot of those twists to really lengthen the breath. Just let the torso be free. And let the heart sink into the mat. Good. And inhale, let's come into our down dog. So we're going to come into a pigeon here with a little twist. So inhale the left leg long. Exhale, bring the knee forward and place that knee behind your left wrist. And then come into pigeon prep. So with your arms keeping your torso upright, drop into that left hip. Maybe you are off to the left side with the right leg bent behind you, or maybe you're balanced, both hips square to the front of the mat, using the arms to keep yourself lifted. So find where your hips are talking to you. Both work, both are beneficial. So just go to where your edge feels the most, that you'll get the most out of this posture. From here, if you're off to the side or squared up, walk the hands out as you bring the chest over top the calf, wherever you are. And again, if you want even more of a challenge, or less of a challenge, or other, you can bring the heel, depending on where you are, the heel can be back touching your right groin area, or you can pull that heel up to be more parallel to the front edge of your mat in more of a square. So find what feels good. I have mine pretty bent so that my chest is lying over top of my calf and I'm elongating through my breath. Now, taking 3 to 5 breaths here, just getting settled. Those of you who want to turn this into a twist, what I suggest you do is lift the chest up, bring that right arm across your chest, palm face up towards the left. And then just lie over top of that arm with your head on the mat. And it's okay if that left hip comes up. You can either work with it if that feels fine, or put a blanket underneath the left hip. And then we're in a twist here. Next level would be to bring the hands to the heart center and roll even further open towards the left with the thumbs at the sternum, and then that left heel is going to really be moving in a bound, sort of digging into that right hip. So this can feel really cool for the torso. It's another layer of pigeon, like a twisted pigeon, if you will. Wherever you are, let's take another 3 to 5 breaths, just really checking in with yourself. How can we release a little bit more and listen to our heart, either expressing fully where we are, maybe quieting and going a little more inward. So what is your heart telling you right now? See if we can release the face and the jaw. Good, and last breath. Unwind if you took the wound, and left arm comes to straight, right arm comes back, and then you can slowly lift yourself up, pull the hips up, untuck the back toes, and make your way to down dog. Just gently straightening out that left leg, maybe even sweeping it up behind you and rolling the ankle, stretching it out. Maybe swinging it back and forth horizontally and placing it down. And left leg comes back. Exhale, bring that knee into the chest and place it behind the right wrist. And then pigeon prep here. Hands walk back, left heel, left toes walk back. And then you can sit on the outside of your hip with the right leg bent, or come into squared hips, maybe the back leg's more straight, and then wherever you are, bring the hands, walk the hands out to straight, bringing the palms to touch in namaste, and dropping the head between the biceps. So you can stay in this pose. It's very, very beneficial and gets a lot of the mind to calm, the hips to open. So familiarizing yourself with pigeon here. Those of you who took the revolved pigeon, coming up slightly to bring that left arm across the chest, palm face up, and then lying back down on the outer arm. And then the left temple comes to the floor. So you can stay with the right arm straight, or you can bring the hands to Anjali Mudra at the heart and begin to revolve the chest over to the right. And sometimes that right knee will open as the left heel kind of opens the left hip, the right heel to the left hip, that is. You feel that digging in some, and that's good. So in this pose, withdrawing the senses, feeling into the groin area, the outer hip. If you need a blanket to support you, maybe you're venturing towards the twisted pigeon, or you just like where you are and you're getting a lot out of it. This is really about you and your process in your heart, what feels good to you. Not anyone else, not me. Not what's been in the past, but really in the present. Where do you feel good now? Let's take a couple more breaths in mindfulness to this end. And then exhaling. Straighten the right arm, lift the body, walk the hands back, lift the hips, untuck the back toes, and make your way to downward facing dog. Maybe you raise the right leg to undo it, or wag it horizontally, rolling the ankle, stretching everything out. Good. And then exhaling. Those of you who want to move straight into Shavasana, go ahead. If you'd like to take a shoulder stand before Shavasana, that is also good. So I'll offer you the option. The shoulder stand, folks, I put my blanket 3/4 up the mat and then fold the top quarter over the towel or the blanket. And then lying on the back, palms face down. Lift the hips. Heel of the hand moves up the back. And draw the upper arms parallel. So in our shoulder stand, for those taking shoulder stand, really reach the feet away. Lift the pelvis away from the shoulders. Inner rotation of the legs. And take about 5 to 10 breaths here. Not letting anything come to the neck, just really a strong staff between the shoulder and the toes. If you want to make your way to plow pose, dropping the tops of the feet to the floor, pressing the hips away. Exhaling knee to ears. And then palms down, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae down, slowly down into our final resting posture. Lowering the legs slowly. Fish posture, bring the palms under the sacrum. Press into the elbows, lift the chest, roll onto the top of the head. Stretch the jaw, stick the tongue across the eyes. Breathing, exhaling lion's breath. And then coming into Shavasana, letting the legs just open, splay out, palms face up. If you're feeling your low back, you can bend the knees and knock the knees together, heels wide. If you're in full Shavasana, the lower back should be lifted and there's a natural curve to the low back. That's good. And finding your place here, really sinking into the rest and the posture that brings with it a beautiful centeredness, a connection to what we've already cultivated through our breath and our asana. And finding this locus deep in the heart, with the face and the jaw and the body relaxed. Drawing further into the seat, the base of the heart, and noticing the breath really coming into a centered place. So any distractions or any sounds that come into the face and into the field, the energy field, just let those pass over like waves, like an ocean. Becoming more in touch with our energetic body, our feelings, even as feelings are like waves, just flowing through the body system. Creating peace and calm. Staying with the breath through these undulations. And I invite you to continue here for the next few minutes. In our Shavasana. And when you're ready, you can come out, seated slowly, once you're ready. But if you're not ready yet, go ahead and stay in this pose. And I bow to you today in a namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a beautiful rest of your day.